Oh boy, here we go.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
I am back, I guess. I'm going to see how this goes, but I've had a few people requesting that I come back, do some content. I guess people just liked, maybe liked what I had to do, I guess, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. We're going to go along this journey together. But, however, Star Citizen, what a year. It has been a bit of a lackluster year this year. We haven't seen much, really. I mean, we only got one patch this year as opposed to 3 patches we usually get, 3 to 4 patches we usually get. We only got 317, really. That's really about it. However, those patches were packed full of stuff that were just really core components of Star Citizen, like the AI planetary mesh. We had the Scorpius, we had the Hull A come out, the Mule, Centurion, Corsair, Grey Cat STV, Drake Cutter, the Pisces, the mining gadgets, ship-to-ship refueling, which, I mean, is kind of here and there. Selling to shops, I think, was massive. That was something that came out that I was really happy for. I mean, it was kind of a bit pointless when we first got the infantry management system, and then we just got all this infantry stuff we couldn't get rid of. So selling items to shops as well is not really pertinent right now, but I think it'll be better later. We had the illegal delivery missions that came out. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. I would like to see drug running become bigger again.
My nigga.
That was my cool thing back in the day. I used to be able to do drugs and run around and make a lot of money. I think the first meal that I made was of just doing drugs. So it would be nice to get back to doing that. A little bit of illegal gameplay that you don't need to actually go do an actual mission for would be pretty cool. But we'll see what that happens in 3.18. There's a cargo refactor coming as well. So, maybe we'll get a little bit more gameplay on the drug side. But the illegal missions, delivery missions were pretty good. We kind of already had that with the drugs, so why are the drugs not working? I mean, maybe that's just me. We had the Siege of Origin. That was pretty cool. Really buggy. I enjoyed it. I'm a massive Marine Forces fan. Like, that's where I live and breathe in Star Citizen. Is just on the ground fighting, and that was really, really good fun to get in with the guys. Use a bit more of those tactics that we've been kind of training over the years to actually use. So it was great fun to lock down Siege of Origin and have a lot of fun working with others and playing that mission. However, it was just really, really buggy. It does need to be ironed out, and I think Entity Streaming may fix that, hopefully, in the future. But we'll see again. It is coming out with 3.18 again, so maybe we'll see if that's really, really good. Derelict Reclaimer missions. Now, I did do this, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed the Derelict Reclaimer missions. They were pretty fun. I like those derelict kind of, mystery things. I mean, I like urban exploring in real life, so if we get more of those derelict missions or, those sort of weird, you got to find out, and a bit of more of an investigative storyline type thing. I kind of like that. I would like to see a little bit more storyline driven content. We get a little bit, but it's not really that much. I mean, you saw that Chris Roberts used to do a lot with Wing Commander. You'd always have those cutscenes and like that. Now, I'm not saying we have to go overlord with the cutscenes, but it would be nice to have a little bit more like a mission that would take you 3-4 hours to do, but it has a little bit of cutscenes where you go and meet people and you kind of get out there and you gotta figure things out, and there's a bit more of a story driven thing. Now, I know we have that a little bit, but I don't think it's as fleshed out as I've seen Chris Roberts do in these other games. It'd be nicer if it was more fleshed out in this game. I know that's probably because Squadron 42 probably takes a lot of that creative kind of drive for storytelling away from Star Citizen, which is a bit of a, that sucks a little bit. But I mean, maybe we'll see that with Squadron 42 once it's done. We'll see a bit more gameplay and story-driven gameplay once Squadron 42 is out of the way. But it would be nicer to have a little bit more fun, and I like the Reclaim missions for that reason, that there was a little bit more of a story around it. You had to discover a little bit and walk around and do things. So more of that in the future would be really, really good. AI dropships and AI planetary navigation, I think, were really, really big key factors in moving forward with a lot of, ground. Again, like, I love ground-based combat, so moving forward with ground-based combat is great. Being able to actually put AI or spawn AI outside in space and then get them to fly down to reinforce their troops is really, really good. However, I haven't seen it yet. Apparently, according to the tracker, it's been released, but someone correct me if they're wrong, if they've actually seen AI come in on a spaceship and drop and get out and shoot you. Nor have I seen the NPCs walking around on the planet yet. I don't know why that is. If someone has that, throw it in the chat down below. Tell us, what's going on with that, because I'm yet to see it. It says it was released in 3.17, but we just never got it. I'd never seen it around. I would love to have to come in and fight off people at some of these, derelict sites. I know we have got we do have it at the derelict sites, but I mean, they haven't expanded that to some of the older missions, bunkers and stuff like that. It'd be really, really cool, instead of just fighting off the turrets of the bunkers, that you had to actually land and fight your way to the bunker. I think they've only just done that for the derelict and the outposts, but I still haven't seen anyone be reinforced yet. So maybe I just need to do the outposts a little bit more and see what comes of it. Derelict Reclaimer Outpost, again, same as the other one. I really, really enjoyed that. That was really, really cool. We got a couple more stations. Do we need them? Maybe at this stage, because we don't have other planets to go to or other systems to go to. We probably do need them a little bit, but mining's very hit miss at the moment as well, so timing of those stations, or maybe it was just the fact that they could do it then and there was a bit of time because other tech was still getting done, so they were just like, let's throw these in because we're going to do it anyway. The outposts, derelict outposts, again, I love derelict things, so outposts were great. Loved it. I loved getting around. However, I felt they were a little bit lackluster. A little bit too destroyed. There wasn't much of a building to go to. It was like, I'm just going to hide behind this wall and shoot you, and I'm going to go behind this container and shoot you. It would be a little bit cooler if the buildings were still a little bit more intact and you had to navigate through the building with a, like they kind of displayed at IAE, where you could actually climb up under it. CitizenCon IAE. You can climb up under it and all like that. A little bit more like traversal. I love verticality in games. If you've seen any of those, I think Tarkov just came out with Streets of Tarkov, and they've got verticality, and that's great. I love verticality when it comes to gun gameplay, but I felt like it was a little bit lackluster. Hopefully they build on that in the future. I would like them to come out with just a city. Just build a city we can walk around in. We don't have that yet. Yeah, we have Horizon and we have those landing points, and they kind of feel like you can walk around in them a bit, but it's not like you can walk the streets of a city and then go into a building. You kind of just take the train to places, and it doesn't really feel like a settlement. I would love to be able to walk around in a settlement or have a fight over a settlement. I think it would just expand that gameplay so much better if we had a settlement to actually do things on, and then maybe put landing pads on either side with medical stations where we can spawn in and fight each other over a point. Just allowing gameplay to develop on its own in this game is what's going to keep Star Citizen going. And at the moment, I feel like they've been very lackluster in identifying places that they can do that. They have done that with the racing. I mean, the racing, they've taken the community on board with that, but that's because it was, I guess that tech was there already to be able to do that. Like, there was places you can go race. We kind of made it up out of nowhere. Whereas the ground combat requires certain elements to support it, like being able to respawn. Nobody wants to have to fly down every 10 seconds to have a battle. At this stage, like in the future when we get the bigger ships where we can actually spawn on them and fly down, I'm sure people would love to do that. But right now, we don't have those right now. We don't have the tech to do big ground battles. So being able to put 2 landing plaids on with a med station where we can spawn a vehicle, drive over and continue the epic battle in some outpost city would just emerge a lot of different gameplay loops, and then you can take those landing stations away later, but it's just allowing those sort of gameplay loops to happen on their own, or at least giving the tools where the possibility for that to develop on its own can happen. And I don't think Star Citizen, or CIG, does a good job identifying where they can make opportunities for the players to make their own story or make their own. I mean, that's the whole point of Star Citizen, is so we can go make our own story. Yet there's a lot of things that are just, they're kind of too focused on, oh, how can we drive the story? I think they need a, how can the player drive the story is something that they need to ask more often. But besides that, I think 3.17 was really, really good. I enjoyed all the content that came out in 3.17. It was a pretty big patch considering a lot of the other patches that have come out. I think we all loved the river tech. I think that's another one that came out. We all love that, scooting down the river and all like that. It'd be really, really cool, especially in 3.18, to see that river tech develop out into better and bigger things. And so, 3.18. Where the fuck is 3.18?
Yo, shut the fuck up and just wait.
And for everybody else, Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, even though I missed yous. But hope you guys jump over to roninitiative.com or come over to the Discord and chill out with us. And until next time, I'll catch you around the verse.